And we're now back here onto the PUBG Mobile Open number 2, wherein we have witnessed earlier on the land of Erangel, the prowess, and the unstoppable Mata ladies from Thailand.
Yes, definitely. They have showed us a show-stopping adventure together with them because yesterday they gave us a back-to-back chicken dinner, three matches of chicken dinner, and today is their fourth. I'm not sure how long this title is gonna go on because I think some of these teams will be like, ugh, I want to win a chicken dinner also. We have seen a few teams
Yeah.
that want to stop them. So that will happen in Miramar, I mean, because we have more than three matches today. So um meta ladies people is metaing you because
They're
meta
keeping
is
an
I.
eye on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what,
but
we've got the results ready. Mochi, let's go.
Mhm. Yeah, here's the scoreboard that we currently have right now. Man ladies on 23 points. How astounding. Is Femme Mystique has been able to follow up Bond up in 17 points. We also have Grand Sapphire on 14, Glintz Astera with 13, Force Rangers Esports with 11, ADG Artemis with 5, and a tie with IHC Goddess. We also have ESFM Juicy with 4 points, Astra Esports with 3, and Range Unleashed Sassy, who might have been also overwhelmed from everything that's been happening with just us and goal point. And hopefully, we'll be seeing some changes here later on.
Definitely, because we are seeing the points are not too far apart. They can do a little bit of catching up, and that does not mean they have to meet meta ladies and then they can catch up because they can, farm their elimination point elsewhere. Because we've got 5 rounds today, we can see there's round one, round two, round three, and round four, and five. So yes, they can do a lot of farming and catch up with meta ladies. Even though yes, they were dominating yesterday, like almost half a lobby they eliminated, but today with 10 elimination points, I don't think it's like a very good start as compared to yesterday when they got themselves, I think, a ridiculous 13 or something around that line. I remember they getting
Yeah.
19, like half a lobby in and that was in Miramar. So today definitely there's going to be a fight for meta ladies. In fact, she has already told them that, hey, I'm gonna take one of your member out. So they've already got one handicap. And you know what? Let's fly into Miramar, the sandy dunes of the desert.
Oh my, I can't imagine. Like what you've said, imagine if they were able to get all chicken dinners.
Ooh.
I can
Ooh.
I cannot take any words in order to describe the feeling and as well as the amazement of the level of amazement if ever that they will be able to pull that off or even at least take 6 7 8. It's still a really great record. It is really overwhelming for these teams if ever that would be the case, but now it seems like we're having a heavy flight path here at the right side of the map. Now they're able to go. They've been able to go for the skydive, and hopefully they'll be able to go in specific areas wherein they'll be able to secure for themselves, and hopefully no early interactions. Hopefully, so that they'll be able to they call this prepare themselves for the upcoming war, which
Yeah.
is not impossible and highly possible with Matalides once again.
You're right. But actually, something caught my eye. We know about this hype between Mata ladies, IHC, goddesses, etc., etc. But
Mhm.
wait, there's already a knockout. Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my god, ladies. Chill out a little bit. Laos Leones is huge. You guys can have the entire compound. Come on.
Wow.
But yeah, that
But
was the first blood. And one
yeah.
of the, yes, Femi has already brought down back to the lobby, but you know what, it's okay, they can live with three. I mean, before this they were with three, and this, like I said, they landed into Los Leones, one of the biggest compound in the entire PUBG, not PUBG Mobile. So this, is still being tapped. She still is being tapped by glimpse of Asteria. Now the champions has had enough. I don't care who's in my way, you have to be meta. I'm going to bring you down. So as Femi, they've got to be very careful because this is coming from the Mystic squad. And yep, they are just going their way on their way up. like as I was saying, this Los Leones is a huge compound. It's you can accommodate up to 4 squads to loot. So unfortunately,
Mm.
they landed at the same perimeters or the same edge. That's the reason why Asteria decided to feed on that particular kill point. But as I was saying earlier, another team that caught my attention is actually Grims from Indonesia. So they are showing a lot of good fights. They got rotation right,
Yep.
and it was because of them. Assyria was already got spotted earlier in the last few circles. That's probably the reason why Meta kind of already know exactly where they will be in. That's the reason probably why also they did not get number two. Instead, they got number three. But whatever it is, yes, this is the current situation right now. We're looking into glimpse of Asteria. They're probably trying to run into areas where they can loot, even though they got their first blood.
Yeah, and also I want to point out that originally Sassy, I mean rather the Grim Sapphire, I mean they are the second team who's been able to do the most eliminations from the last round. I mean that would just leave the statement that they're actually capable of going for the pickoff. They're really good in it, but sometimes if ever that they've gotten too much, it is pretty hard or difficult for them to offer a reset, and in turn they're always being caught by other teams who are able to actually prey up on them and stuff, since they've already inflicted a lot of information, they've shown a lot of that, and there's sometimes they're quite low in health, so it's an advantage for other teams to actually take advantage of that. But yeah, but also in terms of Matalis being able to go for in a good position right now, to be honest, and they are quite close into some of the following teams, which is IHC, uh, Grims once again, and as well as what do you call this? It is Glimpse of Asteria. So if ever that they will be able to get some early engagements here, then that would be pretty interesting, because from how early that the side of Glimpse of Asteria has been able to go for their first blood, that might actually be a key factor for them to boost their confidence and their morale here.
Uh-huh. It's it. The knowledge that they have is amazing that they are applying this on. Oh, what's happening here? I think somebody's AFK. I hope there's not a remake because
Hopefully.
it's not good because she's not in the game for now. ATG, one of the players, is on AFK. And hopefully she will have the time to loot because she's all the way up, all the way up.
Yeah.
But I hope the player that was doing the AFK is in Al Azhar. At least that's nearer to the perimeters. But now look at into this Torre Ahumada and Cruz de Vel. There's two teams that is doing the rotations here. We're looking to four strangers and also yes, Fami Luna, who currently has taken over Cruz de Vel and would probably do a rotation downwards because the circle is going towards the Salvi side. I wouldn't really say it's south because it's a bit centralized, even though there's a little bit of the portion into the south side. And I really hope that the circle will not go into the south because if it does, it's going to be tricky because the terrains that is under Los Leones is all the way down. It slopes. So it's already hard to rotate by vehicles. So what else by foot? And this is not a good place to be in. But it seems like, I don't want to jinx it, but the circle looks like it's going to go to south.
High possibility of that happening, not gonna lie, but at the same time, I hate to burst your bubble, but it seems like some of the players here is AFK from ATG is
Oh no.
indeed at the Campo Militar. And hopefully that they were able to reconnect at the best time possible, because there's only one of them actually moving right now. But this time, like what we've said, they're already going in within the perimeter of the circle already, and I doubt there will be any late rotations there because it is Miramar after all. And so far, like what's happening here, IC Goddess is actually in a really good position right now. Like there is no person here that is actually going disturbing them, and as
Mm-hmm.
well as the fact that if ever they decide to go, then there is a lot of room for them to actually advance forward, not just too much because they can indeed encounter a lot of teams, but at the same time, they're off to a great start, unlike from earlier on.
There you go. Now, this is a team that we spoke about earlier, Green Sapphire. They are over in the areas of the outskirts of the current circle, and they are just this is Shumasera. So they are right. They have a player right outside of Shumasera doing the scouting. Probably have enough loot to proceed with, and they are probably gonna wait for people because this is Miramar. Usually, this is the looting stage. We don't really see a lot of teams who would like to take contests unless they are in the same drop spot. But for today, we are seeing a healthy game over in Miramar. Nobody decides to go for one another except for, of course, the previous team that we saw, Mystic and Glimpse of
Asteria.
Asteria. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, she's bringing the player. Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet, man. I mean,
You're not gonna die on me, man.
yeah.
I'm gonna
They
bring you.
gotta, yeah, they gotta salvage whatever players they've got, even though she's offline right now. Probably she's trying to do reconnecting. That this happened to me a lot. Like when I'm in screams and I get out and I'm like, I want to play this game but I can't. But look at her life. I don't think she can make it because she's over in Tierra Bronca unless the driver is going to be a Need for Speed driver. She will make it a little bit more. Come on, guard. You can do it a bit more. She will be. Oh, look at her life. It's almost going down already, but she's trying her best to save her friend. And we are hoping that will happen. The blues is in front of you. Push. Push that engine. Come on. Oh no,
Yeah,
there's
they
a
have
slope.
time.
Oh
They
no,
have
there's a
time. They
slope.
have time. They have time. They have
The
time.
slope.
Oh my lord.
I know because she might fall, but wow,
No.
look at this driver. Lady driver. Hey, who says ladies can't drive? Look at that. Look at this, guys. We are
Very
good on the
stable.
roads. Oh.
Oh.
Just so close. Now
So close.
it's still possible because she can
Still
pick
fair,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, only that she gotta do healing. Ah! Damn.
The amount of heart attack that we are getting from that encounter is just too
Damn.
much.
I gotta
Other than the
complete.
clashes.
Yeah. But I gotta compliment the observer for doing that. Kudos
Yeah.
to you, bro. You gave us a story. Thank you.
True. Like they literally creeped it up. They
Yeah.
fought through even if they have a single player handicap, all because of the internet connection.
Huh. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's awesome. You got a story to tell, even though it's the first circle of Miramar. Usually, this portion, some casters actually falls asleep because of this. I'm one of
Yeah,
them.
it's quite dead to say the least. Yeah,
I
it's
fell
so
asleep before.
low-key. Oh my.
Yeah, and it was during an offline event. It was PMPL. Oh man, I think Tencent will hear this and be like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, so there was production crew right in front, and then it was Miramar, and then it was only 16 teams, and I was like dozing off, and I don't know whatever did my co-caster say. I'm like, "Oh yes, you're right." I'm like, "What is your right?"
You just keep on accepting, like, yeah, you know what? I agree.
Oh, I was seeing the future, the circle. Damn, sorry guys, just cracking a little bit of jokes because you can see nothing is happening here. People are just going to go for rotations, but the circle goes to the east side. Well, it's better than the south. They got to
Mhm.
play with whatever that is there. There's not much compounds there, so hello.
Yep, a lot of open spaces, and I guess it's always the higher ground advantage. But we're not quite sure because that would actually be a double-edged sword if ever they're being spotted. But that would just mean it's better line of sights and as well as the range. But now we're seeing some rotations here in Grims and IRC Goddesses, and this is like actually be a potential encounter between them.
Mm-hmm.
And there might actually be a fight that's about to go down if ever that Grims decided to push it through, which I hope not, because IHC is just getting the hand of things.
Oh man, man. Yep, I think it's about time we see engagements. Come on, Grims. You heard the buggy spray. No, she's not gonna spray. She's gonna, you know what? I'm gonna
Keep it
do my
low-key.
trigger discipline game. I'm gonna spray you
Yeah.
later. She definitely got informations of that. Yep, there you go. She's doing the TPP. Oh, I love Observer today. He's on point, man.
Yep.
He's like, okay, I got ya. Now this is the answer. But yep, the sprays has already happened. They're waiting for the last car. Now this is something tactical I really like about Graves. That's why I'm saying that they can play the game well. They waited for the last car. I just hope that they could have continued the sprays. They would have gotten that last person from IHC.
Yeah, and also that is quite of a interesting takeaway. Like, you know that they've been able to go for the ambush here, potentially here from IHC Goddess. They're all at the same car, so that would just be easier for them to actually land their shots because there's a couple of players here, but also that would also be deadly because if ever the vehicle explodes, then that's going to be game over for them. But now they decided to drop it off, and that's going to be opportunity for them to find their own respective positions, scatter out, and eventually, hopefully, secure someone here of the side of AIHC Goddess who's just been able to go for a good round. I guess never mind. Victoria is gonna be put down here by Via, and seems like there's another upcoming casualty here. Anna is having a difficult time here by the tree for the P-Fires are actually connecting onto her. Just a couple more shots, I guess it's going to be game over for her. But by the kill feed, there are some other eliminations as well.
Ooh, look at how Grims is showing off their minds. Yeah, they're playing mind games and they managed to get two out of IHC. Now, this is a team that we want to see fight with Meta, but unfortunately not for this round. They already have lost two members and they
Mhm.
gotta commit. Yep, they're gonna commit. They're gonna come in to fight. They're like, okay, you're gonna take my man. I'm gonna take your entire team. So this is how far Team Mongolia team is. But oh, with
Oh,
one person suddenly popping out of that rock. Surprise, surprise. And suddenly you have three men only. But wait a minute. We've got Mikasa, guys. Mikasa is still
2v1.
alive and Sakura. Remember how Mikasa is? Oh, she's gonna come back with a fight, man. She's not gonna care. She don't even care about the blue right now. She's gonna cancel off this team if it's possible for her. But it seems like she's rotating quite further away. I'm not exactly sure if she's running or going to focus to another attention. Nope, nope, nope. She's gonna come in and fight.
Yeah, you're gonna come in and fight, and now Grims is actually in a quite of an awkward position. I mean, they're already out of the blue zone here. I mean, it's just a lower damage than usual, but it still contributes a lot for this fight. Anna has been already shut down here with one of the members from the side of Grims, and so far, these two members from the side of IUC Goddess is having a lot of difficulty because they want to fight back, but the zone is preventing them from doing so. Now Grims
Yeah.
is just chilling there, and the rest of them are already rotating. Just two more people left, but just on the sidelines, it seems like we're seeing Renzi being able to go for the shots here, connecting onto Boa,
Ooh.
and he's been able to explode the vehicle for him.
Oh, nice cover fire there from ATG. It definitely covered the angles very well. So that goes for one player of Luna as Fami. And that's not going to be the end. Come on, they have three more ladies that's in the game, so no problem with that. But it seems like IHC will not pick the battle, but it seems that the route that they're going to choose, this route in front of them, is going to be meta or even a glimpse of Asteria. Now, this is calling for trouble for IHC, and Grims is still there. You know what, Hot Chef? Everybody that is currently in the ages of Los Leones, you gotta get yourself up. Don't fight yet. Get yourself in the center. Come on. Oh no, you know
Yeah.
what? Look at Grims. They are gonna just cut through where. Oh, and they stop. And they stop. They actually hunted out
What?
for for IHC.
They don't want any breaks. Like they want IHC Goddess fully eradicated before they
Ah,
even leave. But look at
nice.
that. That is already a blow here from the members here for the side of Mata. And I guess if you guys were gonna stop, then Mama's gonna be there. Mata's gonna be there in order to help you over, and that way you guys are gonna die. But now it seems like they're just circling around with each other, actually setting a good feel of how they're able to counter each other out. But they are already fully aware of how deadly would this be, considering that there might be mata ladies up in their alley, and so far it's still Grims trying to go for the burst here, try to revive their teammate. And if there is a possibility, if ever that they have the opportunity, they would no hesitation go for IEC goddesses.
Oh, they are angry, definitely. But we are seeing another fight here with Mystic and Luna. Again, this is a siblings rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
They met up with one another because of similar rotations. Maybe because they always train together, and that's probably why you're seeing the clashes happen with these two teams. Iki already has spotted somebody from the other side. Boba Milk is going to do a U-turn similarly to Sushi. It's a little bit rendering right now. Okay, so we are in the house. Probably that's the reason why you're seeing this sprays and taps here, but they're pretty much okay. That situation
Ooh.
just reversed because Boba Milk says, I'm gonna give you a little bit of bubble tea. Hmm.
Yep, and that is the kind that they wouldn't want after all. But now Juicy and Mystique is indeed trying to go for the counters in here in one another, but ATG is quite near their area as well. And there's already a mix of really great clashes between a lot of teams. But at the same time, IHC Goddess is about to find themselves into another clash, another encounter. And if ever that would be the case, I guess they can take advantage of this, but there is still that risk. It is such a high risk that if ever that they would fail in securing or go for the pickoffs, then that would mean their extinction for their team.
Huh. Extinction indeed for a few of these teams because they can see that the circle is not in anybody's favor. It's in the middle of nowhere. They got to build up barricades. They got to do this wall of smokes like what Meta is doing right now, which is very smart. They are getting prepared for before the fight happens, but it's heavily concentrated over the south
Oof.
side. And I got a feeling that 2A might just get the circle next because they're, hey, nobody's going to come here. I'm going to
They're
stay here
just
forever.
chilling.
Just chilling, similarly to Rage, they just gotta shove a little bit. But if the circle decides to go down south, then hey, they gotta come into this wall of doom. Because currently we are seeing into the kill feed. IHC again living with only Sakura alive. So I'm not sure how they're gonna fight back. But Grim Sapphire
Ooh.
already has spotted
Oh
Glimpse of
no.
Asteria and a few of other teams there. They're trying to spray them away. Meta here is not gonna come down. They're just gonna try and take whatever it is. But you know what? Rage got the circle.
Yep, and they're so lucky. But other than that, there is a whole lot of party going on here, and it's not that good. It is about to be a massacre here. Gims has been entirely been eliminated at this current point in time, and now it's already an opportunity for Mata to actually run away from that encounter. I mean, there is too much going on, but I doubt that they would actually run away because these ladies, they always up for the game. And if
Huh.
ever that would be the case, then that would be an opportunity for them to actually wipe out these teams that are outside of the circle. As I mean, they're also outside of the circle, but it would be a bit more manageable for them to go for the rotations if ever that they would be wishing to do so. But at the same time, there's going to be the rotations here for ES Juicy, but he'll be caught off guard by Nene here. Oh my, Nene is gonna be going down, and I guess there is no chance for them to actually go forward anymore. But now it seems like
Ooh.
they're caught in the crossfire too. I see Sakura has been able to secure one here on the side of ES Juicy. What an interesting play.
Yes, I mean that's the only way for her to feed on upon whatever that she's left with. It's the only person left in the team, but sprays are happening
Ooh.
here to Mayo greatly. Trying to prey onto where GL Asteria or Glimpse of Asteria is currently in. She definitely knows the location of this team that is currently right opposite her. But it's not going to stop because as we can see, a lot of these teams decides to crash upon where Rage is. It's the only compound available. And suddenly it's not going to look good for Rage because right beside them is Mata. So they will try to take over this place, knowing also that it's Glimpse of Asteria smartly place themselves kissing the perimeter so they can fit onto whatever team that decides to fight later on. But ATG getting themselves in the center currently is pretty much risky also, but if they get the cover, the pointers covers, I mean the area covered, it's okay, no problem with that. But they're getting heavily sprays from 2A Astra Esports over on the north side of Minas Generales, and that's the way for them to give advantage of whatever they've gotten right now, because I think that's a little bit of a vantage point, so they have that kind of
Oh.
taking into consideration, and that's a precedent for them. But you know what? Yes, Fami, I think Mystic is probably going to do almost the same kind of rotation here, even though they're left with only two. It's going to be a potential. But I, Sakura, look into that. Already gotten down. Gunned down by Luna, who was trying to get into the circle. Now they have already gotten one elimination out, one wall out. No problem. Now they got to focus fire into the current teams that's inside.
And IC Goddess is nowhere in sight already because they're already on their graves. But also, there's still a lone survivor here with the side of range and outside of the, or rather, in the blue zone, we are seeing someone being eliminated here by Acha Esports as well. And so far, they've been doing fairly well, but at the same time, they might be caught here by the side of Glimpse of Asteria. They've been able to secure one down, and that is Wisdom. And there might be some additional people here that they are looking out for in eliminating. But also, look at this aggression. I mean, even if that they're in a, I don't know, it's sort of difficult position because they're outside of the circle right now, they have to venture a bit of a long way before going in. They're still not stopping because they're committing to getting to any more eliminations. But sadly, I guess they've been uh caught off guard, and now Haru has no way to go. Some other people here have to survive for themselves, but at the same time, this is going to be really difficult for them to counter.
Man, but I'm seeing the kill feed. The one that is feeding on towards a lot of this elimination is actually Mata. They definitely got something right here. How they spray onto enemies. It's pretty fast on how they make that clearance. They eliminate very fast and quickly. But here we go. This is a team that has been focused on farming. They did not get a single damage at all. Oops, spree. Oopsie. Got stuck there. Oh, okay. Gonna adjust again. Okay, okay. Now better. Okay, so she got herself a comfortable place to be in. She's gonna spray on towards the Glimpse of Asteria. Manopkia is right outside. Will just try to get herself covered. She don't have any more vehicles. You don't need that for now. The circles is super small. Rage got taken over. But now, really looking into where 2A is, Astra knows exactly how to utilize the circle very well. But again, the enemy, it's not,
Ooh.
they're still in the way. Mata ladies, they're still here.
If earlier they lost one, now they lost two, I think they're still performing fine. Like,
Uh-huh.
it's still sufficient. This is already the last three teams remaining, and they think they're just doing themselves, or they're taking their time, and so far they're doing well. But like what we have seen from earlier on, Astra Esports hasn't been able to last this long, and this is already a good opportunity for them to end it if that would be the case given. But also, there are two more people here from the side of Gnome Stereo is having a difficult time. They're out in the open. If ever they decide to go for the relocations, will be quite difficult. But they're already here at the circle, so I guess that will be still fine. But yeah, it seems like we're having the hunt here for Astra Esports. They're quite confident here because they are actually, or rather, they still have three more people surviving on their end, and hopefully that these numbers would be able to contribute to their advantage as a whole team overall. But so far, everyone's just staying in their areas, taking cover. But look at that. It seems like there's already a couple of members being taken down here by the side of Glimpse of Asteria.
Mm, damn. I wish I could see and predict what happens next because I think the way or Astra Esports really want to take down Meta so bad. But Glimpse of Asteria, what a way to mark out with whatever they did before. She's holding on to that MG3 gun. I'm just hoping that someone will utilize that gun and we get to see it today. That's definitely a very good gun to have in the last few circles. It's going to give you a lot of shortcuts rather than you have to go and hit onto the target. That would be a good gun to give a Kobe to its meta, because meta again is the biggest threat right now. Even though they only got 5 elimination points, we can see that hey, they are struggling a little bit. They can't really farm as much as they could yesterday, because we can see right now all these three teams, all of them have good numbers of elimination. Glimpse of
Mm-hmm.
Asteria had 5. Extra Esports had 6, and then coming into Mata, last I saw was 5. So it's a good battle between them. And Mystery is already a sin one, and we'll try to do the
Ooh.
explosion. So Astra Esport no more. Now the battle begins again. Again and again, we are seeing a glimpse of Asteria versus Meta. Only that the difference is that now they're at number 2. So with manpower advantage, let's see how Meta will they get stopped. Or will something happen? I don't know if that's going to click. It might be a Kobe. Will it? Nope. It's too far.
Too far. I guess we need one more. And if ever that there will be some pushes that's gonna happen here, I guess that will also be the last match that we'll be seeing. But also, it seems like there's some shots actually connecting to Frozen here from the other side. And they're actually prepping their throwables here, going for the grenades and hoping that it would actually connect, but actually it's still quite too far if to do so. So all they have to do patch themselves up as much as they receive all their damage here, and also if ever that there'll be some further contractions here. Yep, the circle is towards Micah's side. What?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So glimpse
Oh
of
my.
Asteria, you gotta get into the airdrop for shelter, I guess, because Meta already have comfortably got himself a portion of the circle. But even though they got manpower advantage, they got to share that airdrop in order to get a bit of defense. Unless,
Oh,
oh, nice one, a Molly. Now they're gonna push. Now it's gonna begin. Hell has come, and it might be a takeover. Finally, a different chicken dinner winner.
oh.
And there you go, glimpse of Asteria showing off that hey, I was the previous champion. I'm gonna take it back. You guys aren't gonna rip it off me that easy.
They broke the streak, and this might actually be the start of the tug of war between the chicken dinners that can be taken up here. But also, what if someone else tries to step in? So there are a lot of possibilities that is about to unravel here, considering that the side of Glimpse of Stare has been able to secure 8 kills, astoundingly, and we also have 5 kills for Mata Ladies. And of course, Asha Esports has been able to actually establish their prowess. Unlike from earlier, really great advancement for them as well with 6 kills on the board.
Definitely. And then we're moving on into ATG, who gave a great fight also with 4 elimination points. Rage from Malaysia stayed quite long in the circle. They got 0 elimination points because of they kept on getting crash, a compound crash. And then at number 6 is ES Fami Mystique with 0 elimination points. Had problems with rotating, similar to Luna, but this time Luna, wow, what elimination points? They've got themselves 7 now. This is something to talk about, Luna. Ahishi Goddesses
Mm.
again got early engagement at number 8 with 1 elimination point. Grims had a good fight, managed to do good gatekeep earlier with 2 elimination points at number 9. And last but not least is Four Strangers with 1 elimination points at number 10.
Oh, the, number 7 is Juicy. Okay, they're juicy. They're
Oh,
juicy. You
Juicy.
spelled
Sorry,
juicy. Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been saying
It's still
Luna.
it's still great. Yeah, seven
Yeah.
seven kills, placing 7 might be a subtle sign that they can they can reach further heights. Hopefully in our later games. But yeah, I guess that is going to be the wrap up for our second game here at the land of Miramar. And yes, definitely we have been able to see glimpses of Steria actually dominating this
Mhm.
one. I mean, Mata Ladies, if ever that Molly did not connect, that's going to be a lot more time before even that match finally ended. And
Mhm.
I guess these two teams would actually face up against each other as always. But I'm really, really waiting for IC Goddess to actually go for the comeback, considering that they're struggling since earlier on.
Mhm.
They're really finding themselves in such unfortunate circumstances. But if ever that they try to disperse, interestingly, it eventually works out. So maybe this first question mark is just it's quite of a weird trend to be honest for me to see because as far as I know they should be more strength or in numbers, but if they disperse more advantage. It's weird. It's so weird for me.
Yeah, actually, it's true. I mean, we could see that. But yes, a lot more analysis will come from us. And you gotta wait for that to happen. We're gonna fly into the beautiful island of Sandhawk quite a bit later. We're gonna take a little bit of the break and we'll see you right back.